Welcome back, everyone. Today we are breaking down the absolute bombshell that is Rent a Girlfriend, Chapter 415. This chapter is titled Girlfriend and School Bag Part 3. And let me tell you, if you thought the mommy drama was over, you were dead wrong. Reiji is taking us on a psychological roller coaster that puts Kazuya's guilt and Mami's hidden feelings front and center. The chapter begins in the most chaotic way possible. Kazuya is having a dream, but not just any dream. He envisions a world where Chizuru doesn't care about the situation with Ruka. In this dream, Chizuru loves him unconditionally, but the context is heavy. He wakes up startled in the waiting room of the driving school, realizing his subconscious is completely taking over. He moves to the bathroom where he literally monologues out loud while sitting on the toilet. He is being absolutely crushed by guilt. Even as Mizuhara tries to move forward, Kazuya is stuck in a loop of self-hatred. He mentions that there is nothing harsher than hating yourself, and he remembers a painful moment from the piggyback ride where Chizuru told him that if she were him, she'd hate someone like her. It is a dark start to the chapter that shows just how much mental damage Kazuya is carrying right now. But the mood shifts quickly when the intercom calls his group for their lesson. As Kazuya steps out of the bathroom, he runs right into Mami. He wonders if it was just a coincidence that they are together again, but Mami shuts that mystery down immediately. She flatly admits that she matched their schedules on purpose because it is less lonely this way. This sends Kazuya into a total fluster. He starts thinking that even if a girl is just worried about being alone, there has to be some level of affection behind an action like that. Of course, his brain immediately jumps to a Mami fantasy, which leads to a hilarious internal moment where a version of himself tells him to get a brain license before he starts thinking like that. Next, they are called into a classroom for a driving simulator. We get a classic Reiji cameo here as Sumi appears in a bunny suit on the screen to explain the simulator instructions. Kazuya goes first and is actually impressed by the high-quality graphics. However, in true Kazuya fashion, an elementary school girl suddenly appears from behind a truck in the simulation, causing him to crash. The screen goes black with the word accident flashing in English. When it is Mami's turn, Kazuya can't help but stare at her legs and admire how skillful she is at the simulation. He tries to convince himself he was overreacting earlier and that there is no way Mami is actually in love with him. The real climax of the chapter happens later at night. Kazuya finds Mami searching through a car's seat. He calls out to her, which absolutely terrifies her. After they exchange apologies, Mami explains she lost an expensive ear piercing and was allowed to look for it. As she goes deeper into the back seat to search, Kazuya suggests turning on the light. They both fumble for the ceiling light in the dark car, and then it happens. Kazuya's hand slips on the back seat, and he falls face first directly into Mami's chest. The physical contact is intense. Kazuya notes that they are touching in many places and realizes they were never even this close when they were actually dating. But just as he starts to apologize and try to get up, Mami does something shocking. She grabs the back of his hoodie, pulling him back. She remembers the words Chizuru said to her in the bathroom back at the Hawaiian's resort about facing her true feelings. Mami looks at him and asks, why don't they just try staying like this for a little longer? This is a massive turning point. Mami is finally acting on the advice Chizuru gave her, and she is doing it right under Chizuru's nose while they are at driving school. This cliffhanger leaves us wondering if Kazuya will give in to the comfort Mami is offering, or if his guilt over Chizuru will pull him away. It's a masterclass in tension, and it feels like the endgame for the Mami subplot is finally here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is Mami actually in love, or is this another play? Subscribe to my channel for the full chapter explanation,